So what is that? Well, let me turn the lights away so it's a little bit not glaring so much, the white part of it. So this is basically a meth burner. You basically soak this in methylated spirits and then it clips around the vaporizing tube. I'll show you how that works. We'll come up a bit. There we go. Yes, so this basically just clips around there. There you go, like that. You light that, much like on the primer stove. And you let that burn away until it's virtually burnt down, so there's very little meths in. That's when you turn the valve on and give it some pumps. And once it starts to light the paraffin, you can then remove the burner, the preheater. So there we are. Excitement mounts. Will it actually work? So, well, we'll see. I'll get some paraffin in it and we'll get the preheater soaked in meth and we'll give it a go. It's the moment of truth for the Tilley lamp. I've got paraffin in the tank. I have got the meths preheater soaking in meths. So that's all ready to go. So yes, it's now time for us to bite the bullet. Now there is a process for this. You need to have no pressure in the tank. You need to have the control valve closed, and then you clip the preheater onto the vaporizing tube here, light it, and just like with the primer stove, you have to let the meths run its course. So you don't try pumping it until the meths preheater has been going for several minutes, and basically until the meths preheater is starting to die down. That's when you try the paraffin side of it. So let's get it going. While the meths are light, you can see the mantle starting to discolour, which is perfectly normal. That's what I'd expect to happen. Now we basically just have to wait. So I'll come back when we're ready to try the pump. Well, I reckon we're about there. Well, it's actually working. Amazing. Let's take this off. Don't need that anymore. Oh, let me change the angle of the camera. Well, I'm well impressed with that. Let me turn the lights off. Now, unlike the primer stove, it does require quite a lot of pumps. But that is just beautiful. It's making a slight hissing sound. Which is the air being drawn in. But yeah, it's working. Let me turn the overhead light off. Oh, that's a beautiful sight to see. Just wonderful. The Tilley lamp lives. That is just so satisfying to see that after all the work that I put into getting it there. So I'm going to turn all the lights off, so it'll just be light coming in through the window. So that's, I mean, it's not pitch black in here. Actually, I can close the blind. Let's close the blind. So there's still a bit of light. There's still a bit of light coming in from the outside, but it creates a lovely warm light. So as I said, I've never used one of these before, or I don't even think I've ever seen one of these in action. But yeah, I'm well impressed with that. Absolutely brilliant. Apparently on the full tank, these Tilley lamps will run for hours and hours and hours. So it is an excellent alternative source of light. You should get a power cut or whatever. Modern paraffin, as I discovered with the primer stove, doesn't smell. There's very little odour with it at all. So, oh yeah, that's just brilliant. I am so pleased. Alright, well, I think that brings us to the end of the journey with the Tilley lamp. It was a lot of hard work, but I really enjoyed doing it. And the end result is just, it's just a wonderful thing. I mean, the light that you get off these things is, it's just, I don't know, it's just incredible. It's got, you know, very, very similar to old filament lamps. That kind of, it's got this lovely sort of, very slightly yellowy glow to it. Very, very nice. As I said at the beginning of this, you know, I'm not going to be turning my channel into a channel which just does restorations on pressurized paraffin devices. No, I've done the primer stove. That's all working fine. I've done the Tilley lamp, and as far as I'm concerned, no, that'll be it for the paraffin stuff. But no, it was very, very satisfying doing this, and I'm well pleased with the result. So yeah. As always, I hope you found these videos on the Tilley lamp entertaining, informative, useful, whatever, any of the above. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Cheers.